Alrighty, what's up everybody? Peter Joseph here for video number 2 on YouTube for Tuesday. This time, right here on the official Peter Joseph YouTube wrestling channel, youtube.com/Peter Joseph. Thank you for watching on this late, getting close to late Tuesday night, April the 30th, 2024. Or if you're watching tomorrow, or from another time zone, or from a different planet maybe, I don't know, who knows. But if you're watching on the replay, it is now the 1st of May, May the 1st. It's gonna be May. It's May. But it's May the 1st, 2024. Thank you for watching right here on the Peter Joseph channel. Once again, my name is Peter Joseph, but you knew that already, didn't you? I'm a content creator talking about the wonderful world of professional wrestling, or anything I feel like talking about. If you like it, great. Please hit that like button. If you want more, hit that subscribe button on this channel and my other channels down there. You know where they are in the description box below. Showing your love and support, you leave a comment, if you wish, about the topic of the video, or anything else really, but, I mean, just keep it clean, because if not, you're out of here like yesterday's garbage. And that's pretty much it for that. So, keep it respectful, and if not, get out of here, because you're going to get blocked. And if you don't like that, fuck you. And that's pretty much it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram if you dare, because you'll get blocked there too. And share the video all over the internet. But most importantly, please tap and slap that bell, turn on all notifications, so you don't miss the next video. Because if you do, well, you pretty much suck. And you're going to miss out on everything. That's it. You don't hit the bell, you won't know when my videos go up, so. And you're going to miss out, so that's that. So do all that right now. And if you're new here, or if you're thinking about subscribing, well, welcome to the party, pal. We hope you enjoy the ride. Sit back, relax, grab a cold one, whatever you got, but do it respectfully. Don't drink when you're at work watching me, because that'll be bad. I don't want to get you guys in trouble. Well, some of you should be, but it is what it is. But sit back, relax, grab a cold one, water if you're at work, or soda, that'd be nice, or juice. But if you're up at this time of night, then you can drink a little bit. Just knock yourself out. Why not? It is what it is. But drink responsibly. And know when to say when. That's it. So sit back, relax, enjoy the show. And if not, get out. Go fuck yourself. That's pretty much it. Alright, enough about that blue funky. Let's get to the topic at hand, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to get right to the point. Hope everybody had a great Tuesday. The Knicks lost. Ha! The Yankees lost. Ha! But the Mets won. Yes! 4-2 tonight. DJ Stewart with a big 3-1 shot to win the game. They almost blew it in the ninth, but they still won 4-2 over the Cubbies. That's good. And for all you Icelander fans, bye-bye! You go bye-bye! Hasta la vista, Icelander fans. As the Hurricanes held on to win Game 5 of that series in Carolina. So now, the Eastern Conference Semis, well, the first part of it is set. Don't know when the Rangers are gonna even play. It might be this weekend, but we'll see what happens with that. But Rangers, Hurricanes, Game 1 at the Garden, the Mecca. And we'll see what happens with that, when it's gonna be. Of course, we got the other series to get through, 2 series to get through, which is, well, I believe Florida beat Tampa Bay, so that's pretty much done and over, I would assume. Game 6 of Boston and Toronto. Toronto won tonight 2-1, Game 5 at TD, I think it was at TD Bank Garden, so Game 6 will be in Toronto Thursday night, so that series may determine when the Rangers will play Game 1. Could be Saturday, could be Sunday, could be Monday. But this weekend, I think that the Rangers Series will begin with the Carolina Hurricanes. First 2 games at the Garden, as always, because the Rangers have home ice for the entire playoffs, up until the Stanley Cup, I think. But see if they even get there, but I think they should. We'll see. But Game 1, possibly Saturday night, I hope not, because I'm going to a concert, and I gotta watch it from the my freaking phone or the TV. I'll be at a bar, so I'll probably be listening to some bombastic rock and roll and in between watching a Ranger game. So hopefully it's not Saturday, but we'll see. It probably won't be Saturday. But then again, check your local listings. But if I had to choose which day, I pick Sunday. Cinco de Mayo at the Garden. Come on. What time? Well, that's to be determined. But Game 1 should be, I would say Sunday, maybe Monday. Depending on what the Bruins and Toronto does. If Toronto wins Thursday, then Game 7 will be at TD Bank Garden in Boston on Saturday. So that means the Ranger series probably won't be in until maybe Sunday or Monday. Then again, Tuesday. Who knows? But we'll get there. The Ranger series will be beginning in the next few days. But the Rangers have some time off right now. It's good. Right now they have 3 days off. Tomorrow will be the 3rd day off. So probably the rest of the week they'll have off, but they're going to be practicing. Probably starting tomorrow, they're going to start practicing for Carolina, and then we'll just find out. We'll find out on the news or on Rangers website, on ESPN or any website you can find when the Rangers will play Game 1 of that Eastern Conference semifinals. All right, that's it. No more hockey and baseball in between. But we'll get that. All right, so on this very late Tuesday night, April the 30th, 2024, or if you're watching, like I said, if you're watching on the replay, it is now the 1st of May, May the 1st, 2024, as begin the May the 1st, May the 2nd, May the 3rd, May the 4th, May the 5th, May the 6th, the Star Wars days, if you will. You start that, but on this late night, it is time for your late night NXT Spring Breakin' Night 2 review. Alright, so tonight was the second night, or second week of NXT Spring Breakin', and now on the road to Battleground, June the 9th, on pay-per-view, from Vegas. I believe it's in Vegas. I think it's in Vegas. It's in Vegas. I don't know where it is! It's late, I'm sorry. But we're on the road to Battleground, June the 9th. So, pretty much we got kind of a new roster for NXT. We got a new champion in Trick-Witty Shamon. I'm going to hear from him in just a second. We got Roxanne Perez, still your women's champion. We got a big tag team title match tonight with the superhero, what do they call themselves? The Supernova Squad or something like that. A-Kid and Ben Frazier defending against the All-Star Pain, part of the Final Testament. So we'll see what happens with them. Oba, the big man, Oba, Wakanda Forever, Femi defending the North American Championship against Ivar on tonight's show. See what happens with that. And that's pretty much it for the titles, right? Yeah, the women's title, the men's, the world title, the North American title, the tag titles, yeah. But we do have a major announcement from Ava Raine about the women's North American title. We don't know when the tournament was going to begin, but there's a little bit of weirdness into it. But it's going to all work out pretty nicely, and we're going to get a new women's North American champion at Battleground in a very unique match. Like the men's North American title used to be contested. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. And a whole lot more as we get there. Alright. So, as always, we are emanating from the Capitol Wrestling Center at Nickelodeon Studios in Orlando, Florida, at the Performance Center. And as always, our commentary team of the man with the creepy jacket and a lot of candy. That's Mr. Vic Joseph, and the man who smokes more fucking weed than you do. And that's a fact. That's the two-time Hall of Famer and 6-time World Heavyweight Champion, the man himself, the man who does a mean old spin-a-rooney. That's Booker T, sucker! And by the way, I did rewatch the WWE Rivals with Stone Cold and Booker T. Man, that was a good rivalry. Matches itself were meh. But the segments they had, the grocery store segment, still probably one of my favorite segments of the Ruthless Aggression era. Because it started around the Invasion era, too. The Invasion angle. The second one. Not the first one, that was the ECW one. The second one was WCW and ECW combined to almost put WWE, put Vince McMahon go bye-bye. But, that wasn't ever going to happen, but it is what it is. So, that was pretty nice to see over this past weekend. I think this week, I forgot even know what this weekend is. I can't remember it. Oh, it's Batista and John Cena this weekend. Ugh. What's that? And then on WWE Most Wanted Treasures, we're going to see some memorabilia from the game. Triple H. I'm going to find my sledgehammer. I'm going to show you Stephanie's dildo she puts up her ass. No. I'm kidding. Maybe I am, I don't know. But you might see that, who knows? Maybe we'll find something you don't want to see. But we got all that. So that's this weekend on Rivals and Most Wanted Treasures. So stay tuned. Set your DVRs accordingly. But it is what it is, and that's that. Alright, so Booker T, sucker, and Vic Joseph on commentary. So we begin the program with a big recap of Trick Willie Shamon winning the NXT World title last week from Ilya Dragunov, who's now on Raw in the draft. So we got that. So we start the show off properly with, guess who? Mr. Trick Williams. So about to whoop that trick. What? Whoop that trick. I like it. Whoop that trick. Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah, man. Okay, Booker T, calm down. So Trick Willie Shamon. So he comes out, crowd's going nuts. Why not? He's a champ. So he likes the sound of hearing his own name as champion, but he wants to thank one man, and that's the former champion, Ilya Dragunov. And he says, Raw is getting a good one. Well, yeah, you think? But that era is pretty much done, and now we are officially in the Whoop Dat era. Okay, we got that. So we're in the Whoop Dat era, and then next thing you know, his hot as fuck girlfriend, part of Metaphor, Lash Legend, get shit done. Basically, she comes out and she looks amazing. Oh, Trick Willie, you, holy shit, you lucky man. I want to know who's actually going out with Jakarta Jackson, if you're nasty. Should be me. I still want to be that Oreo in that Jakarta Jackson Lash Legend sandwich. I like to be the cream filling, if you know what I mean, in that Oreo cookie. I digress. Alright, so Lash Legend comes out. She has an envelope in her hand. We don't know what's in that envelope just yet. But we do see some writing on it, so I'm like, A lot of theories on X, Twitter, Twatter, whatever you want to call it. That rhymes. So Trick's like, something not right here. And last time they were in the ring, she hit him in the face. But now he has some gold He's like, last time you were in the ring, you slapped me in the face. But now that I got some gold, I see, no. Let me rephrase that. Go back. So, last time that I was in the ring, I hit you in the face, but now that you have some gold around your waist, and it rhymes, I want you to be my Reese's Cup. So, this whole thing was funny as fuck. Says, I want you to be my Reese's Cup, there, Trick. So Trick's like, well, take the gold off and get some chocolate, Get the chocolatey center, if you will. So everyone's like, oh shit, the sexual tension in the ring, you gotta love it. So Lash is like, oh my god. She's like, oh, she's getting wet and everything in her panties and everything. So Lash is like, well, Trick, she's like, Mr. Trick. So, well, Mr. Trick, I'm more of a Kit Kat lady. I like Kit Kat chocolate bars. And then Trick's like, well, why don't I just break you off? What? And Trick's like, and Lash like, oh. The face like, oh yeah. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. But she still has the envelope, and after she basically almost had an orgasm in her pants, probably didn't, who knows. She gets down to business and says, what I have in this envelope is pretty much the end of your title reign. And that's it. She leaves, goes bye-bye. We don't know what's in the envelope! So I have some theories. I have an interesting theory. It's a sonogram. And Trick Willie is the father. So, we're gonna call up Maury Povich. Trick Willie, you are the father of Lash Legends, baby. I have that theory. I mean, you see that manila envelope. It's one of two things. A freaking contract, a sonogram, or kind of like a doctor's note, or maybe a lawsuit. I don't know, but one of those three. I'm going with option A. That Lash Legend got knocked up. That's what that's my theory. Or it's like a contract that if Trick beats like Noam Dar or Amenza, that Lash will become his valet. And she's gonna love that. So we'll see what happens with that. We still don't even know who Trick Willie's first defense is going to be against. So it looks like it's going to be against somebody from Metaphor. Well, the guys, Noam Dar or Menza. Probably going to be Noam Dar. A lot of us were thinking, who's going to be first up on the list to face Trick? I was like, one of the guys was Noam Dar. I was thinking it's going to be Oba. Because Oba needs some, challengers. Might have a title for title match, Oba versus Trick. Speaking of Oba, well, after we see, I gave that first segment 3.5 out of 5 stars because it was just so freaking funny. Then we go to an Italian restaurant, and like I said on my Raw review on my Killer Demons channel, link down below in the gobbledygook, by the way. We see Gigi Dolan, or Georgina Dolan, as Ariana Grace says. And, speaking of Ariana Grace, at a fancy Italian restaurant, and no, it was not Tony D's restaurant. Because Ariana Grace is too good to go to Tony D's restaurant. Because Tony D won't charge, I know she's Italian, but he ain't gonna charge you $2 for a chicken parmesan hero. That's how I get it. I go to his restaurant, I get a nice meal, and all I gotta pay is $2! $2 for a full course meal, my friends. Because that's my cousin. My legit cousin, and I'm not making that up. That's my cousin. You know how all Italians are cousins? But he's my legit cousin, so I'm like... It is what it is. We had a feast on Sunday. Holy shit, that feast was good. Right, cuz? He's sleeping, but he knows. He knows what it is. Anyway, alright, so they're sitting at dinner, and Gigi's like drinking a whole bunch of water, and then belching, and always like, ew! And then they're running down the card. At least Gigi came off looking pretty decent on this fucking promo, with this little thing they have together. Like Ariana wants to make her the next beauty queen or some shit. I'm like, this thing needs to end, and it's stupid as it is. But at least Gigi Dolan looks hot. I mean, both of them look hot, but I digress. Alright, so we see that. Alright, then we go back to the Capitol Wrestling Center for our first official match of the night. For the North American title, we have the big man, Oba Wakanda Forever! Femi, taking on the big man, Ivar, from the Viking Raiders. And by the way, if you're asking about Eric is out with a neck injury. Plus, he knocked up his wife Valhalla. They're about to have a baby boy. So Valhalla is pregnant again. Sarah Logan is pregnant again, so she's gonna be out for probably the rest of the year. Eric, I don't know when he's coming back from that neck injury, and Ivar is just basically solo right now. Not solo Sokoa, but he's just doing things on his own right now. I think he got drafted to Raw, too, so he's staying on Raw. You know, so you can put him in some programs for the IC belt with Sami Zayn. You can put him against... Well, I don't think you can put him against Damian Priest unless he turns face. Can't team him with anybody except for maybe Bronson Reed. But, I don't know. It feels like, you know, when War Machine back when Eric Rowe, that's his real name. I think that's his real name. But Hanson and Rowe back as War Machine in Ring of Honor. I think it was either Hanson or Rowe got hurt, and then one of them went on a pretty decent run as a singles competitor. So yeah, Hanson went on a nice little run, even in the Indies, too. He did come to New York one time. I think he won his match. I don't remember it, but... kicked some ass. I think he won that match. I don't even remember. It was too long ago. But anyway, so Oba comes out, and then we see Trick Willie now going to the back, and they're like, I'm like, I'm interested. Give me Oba versus Trick, title for title. Make it happen. Come on, Sean Hickenbottom. Mr. Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels. Give me that, please. We'll see. Alright, so Oba and Ivar for the North American title. Pretty good match. They slug it out to start. Ivar gets the better of that. Clotheslines Oba to the floor. And then we get a dive off the apron. Then we go back in. A spinning power slam. You don't see that every day. Gives Ivar a 1 count. Because Oba, you know, don't take that. Oba comes back with the Irish Curse. Ooh, Sheamus might be mad about that. I don't know. Then it backs to the floor. Oba is sent into the ring steps. Ow! And it sets up a big crash against the barricade. Surprisingly, it didn't break. Speaking of break, we go to a commercial break. Come right back. Ivar knocks Oba off the top rope again. Hits a big flippy dippity-doo on the floor for a big man. They get back in. Oba runs him over with a big old flying jalapeno. Or forearm smash for a near fall. Ivar then knocks him back down. Goes for cover. Gets a near fall out of that. Goes for the Doom Salt. But a little bit too early there. And Oba pulls Ivar into a torture rack drop. And the fans are like, what? Because he picked up... And Ivar's like, what? 300 and change pounds? Almost 400? Around the 400 pound area? But Oba picked him up And the fans are like, oh my god, he picked him up! Not once, but twice. Here's the torture rack drop for a near fall. Ivar comes right back with another knockdown. Then he hits the Doom Salt. But Oba got to the ropes on the cover. And then Ivar loads up a third Doom Salt. But Oba cuts him off with an electric chair drop. That was sick. Then he picks him up, picks him up a third. This is like the third time he picked this guy up. Big, huge guy. Picks him up, hits the pop-up powerbomb. 1, 2, 3 in 11 minutes. Oba retains the North American title. Pretty good match. 3.25 out of 5 stars, and that's it. But good match. And Ivar is really impressing me as of late with some of the matches he's had. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. And Oba continues his reign as North American champion, and we'll see what happens with that. After the match, Oba's celebrating. Then we hear some weird music. I'm like, who's coming out? Then we see Wes Lee. Remember him? Desmond Xavier from TNA? Former two-time North American champion. He has returned after supposedly quitting NXT and leaving with his hot wife. Or girlfriend, wife. I don't know who she is, but she's hot. So he comes back and also having back surgery. So he's back. He's in the ring. He looks great. And he goes right up to Oba. He's like, me want title. And Oba's like, come get it. So, might get Wes Lee going after Oba Femi's title and see if he becomes a 3-time champ. Fans love it. Well, Oba needs challengers, so why not bring back Wes Lee? Why not? But I bet he misses a guy named Zachary Wentz, Nash Carter, that schmuck that beat up Kimberly, and then did the Hitler thing. His career is shot now. I don't care what he's doing in TNA right now with Trey Miguel, reunited the Rascals. God forbid Wesley goes back there and hangs out with those guys again. I don't think it'll happen though, but I don't know. Apple juice, my friends. Apple juice. You thought it was piss, right? No, it's not Mountain Dew. I hate Mountain Dew. I can't stand it. I can't drink it. It tastes like bleh. It's like what piss would be like if it was carbonated and put caffeine and shit in it. Probably that's what it would taste like. Carbonated piss. I only drank it maybe once. Never again. Never again. Because I did not feel good after that. Maybe it was because it was Mountain Dew. I don't know. But yeah, gave me a little bit of rumbly in my tummy. But that's it. But if you like Mountain Dew, more power to you. I'm a Pepsi kind of guy. Well, you knew that already. I drink more Pepsi than I would drink any like Coke or Sprite, Sunkist, Shasta, Fanta, Tab, RC Cola. Well, I would drink RC Cola and Pepsi forever. But it's hard to find RC Cola these days. Unless, I think, last time I actually saw it was upstate. That was like many moons ago. And I saw it when I was living with my ex-girlfriend. We went to the store, like to the supermarket. We were like looking around, I was looking for soda. I was like, let me get a Pepsi. Then I see RC Cola. I was like, shit, buying RC Cola. And it was 39 cents! I'm not lying. 39 cents for a 2-liter bottle of RC Cola. I bought 4 of them. I wanted to buy more, but there wasn't that much on the shelf. So I was like, alright, 4, boom, done. $2 and change later, 4 big things of RC Cola. I was like, that's mine. Nobody touches it. If you touch it, you die. I told my ex, Ashley Marie, that I said, you drink my soda, you die. And the roommates that I was living with, I said, you drink my soda, you are fucking going to get killed. I had to make sure of it, because I had to take levels. I was like, you drink it. It's like, I had to put it in my own section of the fridge. And I had to label it. It said, do not touch. Peter's RC Cola, do not touch. On the front door. Do not touch my RC Cola. And now I can't find it. I don't even know if it's still there, upstate New York. I haven't been upstate in a long time. Pretty much 17 years. 17 years. I haven't lived upstate for 17 years. Long time. And now I'm with somebody else now. You know, I'm not with Ashley Marie anymore. I'm with, you know who. Hard to find it around the New York area, around my area. They don't sell it. They don't even sell Tab anymore. If there's a place where Tab and RC Cola are still around in the New York area, the New York City area, not upstate, so I'm not gonna go upstate and get it and come back down. I'd rather have it shipped. If anybody knows where it is, please hit me up on Twitter. Or leave a comment in the comment section where I can find some fucking Tab Cola and some RC Cola. The good stuff from the 80s. Because the 80s were a great time to drink, you know what I mean? Drink soda. I'm not talking about, like, liquor. But it is what it is. But, man, I miss RC Cola. I do. It's like going to, back in the 80s when I was going to the, and part of the 90s, I would go to freaking, the Met games, because they served RC Cola on a consistent basis. And I was like, give me some RC Cola. Give me a hot dog, a pretzel, and a fucking big, huge cup of RC Cola. And that was great. And all you had to pay was about $5 to $7. And by the way, I think was it tonight? I think it was tonight. Was Wiener Dog Night, hot dog night at Citi Field, and you can get a hot dog for $1. And they sold 44,000 hot dogs. That's a lot of wiener. Because they have this fan, I think it's a fan. It was some guy. His name was Seymour Wiener. I'm not making that up. That's his real name. Like Seymour Butts was an actual real name, and he was a butthead. I can see more butts. Settle down, Beavis. Okay. But yeah, there was a guy at the Met game named Seymour Wiener. He was like 90-something years old. So they're like, hey, why don't we have a $1 hot dog night in this guy's honor? Why not? We need more of that. We need more of that in baseball and hockey too, in all sports, even wrestling. Let's go to the wrestling show and have a hot dog for $1. Everything else is regular price. Ah, fuck that. Give me a Coke for 50 cents. Remember 50-cent drinks back in the day? That was the shit. Like, what do you used to call it? Not club soda, but I think, I don't even remember the actual name of it. But they had different flavors. They had, like, fruit punch, they had orange soda, they had cola. I forgot the name of the brand. They was actually called Club, or something with a C in it. I can't think of the name off the top of my head. But you would go to your grocery store back in the 80s and 90s, I think part of the 2000s, from the 80s up to I think the 2000s, you go to your local grocery store, they have a section of 50-cent drinks. They cost 50 cents. Any flavor was 50 cents. It was great. And then remember back in my day, remember the little 25-cent drinks? That was good. Different flavors, different flavors. And then they came in these little freaking containers that you crush, and then you can put it in your bike and make your bike sound like a motorcycle. Remember back in those days? Remember all those days, my friends. If you've been around my age and you lived during the 80s. That was a great time. 25-cent drinks, 50 cent colas. That was great stuff, man. And then you had the blue balls, not those blue balls, but you can get one of those handballs we used to call. Well, they called handballs, but they were in blue or they were being tan. You get those for like $1. But most of the time you use that playing stickball, and you would lose it. Like, fuck! I gotta go back to the fucking store. Like the five and dime stores used to have all that shit. That was a great time. I used to go to my five and dime store when I was a little bitty hoaxer dude. I would go there, buy a couple handballs and everything. But most of the time, I would buy like Smurfs toys and He-Man toys and, well, basically He-Man, Transformers, handballs, Smurfs. I would buy the baseball book stickers, and you buy the book, and then you buy the stickers, and you put them in the sticker book for baseball and football. That was some good stuff, man. The 5 and dime store were always the best. Cheap prices, and you have to wait a week or two before you get the new toys, because they didn't have the toys you wanted. I was there like religiously, every day or every week, getting the new Smurfs dolls. You know, the little ones. I have some of them left. I don't have all of them. But I collected the entire collection of He-Man figures. I had Castle Grayskull. I had Skeletor's Castle. All the Ram Man and He-Man, Battle Cat. All the Orko. I had all that shit back in the day, man. I had Transformers up the wazoo. I had Starscream. I had Optimus Prime, obviously. I had Megatron. I had, what was his name? I think I got his name. Soundscream, something like that. Not Starscream. The one with the big thing on his chest that looked like a freaking radio. I forgot his name. I think it was Soundscream, some shit like that. But I had that. I had GoBots. I had Voltron back in the day. I had like six different Voltrons. GoBots, Transformers. I had a couple of Thundercats back in the day. I used to have the Sword of Omen. That's a weird name for a fucking sword. Let me see into the Sword of Omen. Yeah, you see your Omen there, Lino. Mumra. Ancient spirits of evil, change this pathetic form into Mumra, the ever-living. I loved Mumra. Mumra was cool. Mumra was like the old school Sephiroth. Well, Sephiroth was never like old, like pathetic mummy, but I can't really classify him as Kefka either, so. Kefka! Ready, Kefka? I would really love to see a game. I don't know if I think it was in one of those Final Fantasy games. I think it was where Kefka can fight Sephiroth. That was fucking epic. But That'd be a fun game. Kefka and Sephiroth beating the fuck out of each other. Who would win? Sephiroth probably, because he's like God. He can go in God mode. His sword can probably like one-shot Kefka. Probably. Man, I can't wait for Final Fantasy VII Remake, the third part of that, to come out. Which probably won't be till next year. But damn, Rebirth is like... Rebirth is amazing. Final Fantasy 16 is great too. If you haven't played both those games, please do. They're just amazing games. I'm actually playing Final Fantasy 16 on hard mode. It's tough. Those first few fights in hard mode, ooh. I don't care if you're on New Game Plus playing it on hard mode, forget it. That is hard. And the DLC that just came out. That is worth the price of the game. So, if you haven't played Final Fantasy 16 yet with the two DLCs, you're missing out. If you haven't played any of the Final Fantasy 7 Remake, if you haven't played Remake, if you haven't played Intergrade, which is the semi-second part, or if you haven't really played Rebirth yet, oh, you are missing out on great games. I know Silent Hill's coming out with a remake. I don't know when it's I think it's supposed to come out soon. They're thinking about Resident Evil 5 being remade. I'm okay with that. Resident Evil Code Veronica X, they're remaking. They really should do 6. I don't know why people like 6. Why do people like Resident Evil 6 so much? Can anybody tell me? Bueller? Anyone? Why does Resident Evil 6 appeal to so many people? It sucked. I thought it stunk. I didn't really like it at all. It was just way too weird. But 7 made up for it. Resident Evil 7 made up for it. Resident Evil 8, or Village, that was good. I don't know if they're gonna do Resident Evil 9. I think they're gonna do all the remakes first and then get to maybe a new Resident Evil. Like Resident Evil 9 before they do all the remakes again. So already they did 1, which was really Origins. Or Resident Evil HD. They did that. Then they remade 2, which was like a couple years ago. Resident Evil Nemesis remake, they made about a year or two ago. They just did Resident Evil 4, and now they're gonna do Resident Evil 5, which will probably be next year, I would think. They're gonna do Resident Evil Code Veronica X. As far as 6 goes, I don't know. And you should. Just don't even call it a remake it. Redo it. Not remastered, because I don't... It would be, like, why remaster it? Redo it. Just call it Resident Evil 6 the right way. That's what I would do. And then you got those side games, like, the Umbrella Chronicles, and Revelation 1 and 2. You could remake that, if you wanted to. There's a couple of side games that you can remake in that series. And then finally get to Resident Evil 9, which might be the end of the series, who knows. A lot of people remember Dino Crisis? Which was the precursor to Resident Evil. I heard they were thinking about doing a remake of that. I'd go for that. I would definitely go for that. I know for Final Fantasy fans, Final Fantasy 9 might be remade. There's a lot of strong rumors of that being remade, and I am for that. that game, that's probably my number one game in the series. Final Fantasy IX is probably the greatest in the series. A lot of people would say 7. I know, the OG 7. Final Fantasy OG 7 is the greatest game in the history of video games. I give you that, but 9 is on a different level. And when that's remade, please give me some new stuff. Make it look like what Final Fantasy 7 is. I know it's 4 discs, but man, how would that be remade? That has to be spun out until at least four games, like Final Fantasy 7 remake is. Really, it's really 4 games. Really, it's really the first two games, really 2.5 games, is really basically all of disc 1, which is crazy. Because what about disc 2 and 3? How are you gonna get that in a big final game? Unless there's another part of Final Fantasy 7 after that game, after whatever the third part is gonna be called. But then I know I'm breaking away from the wrestling part, but if you do Final Fantasy IX remake, how are you gonna fit 4 discs in like? How are you gonna fit 4 discs into that game? You gotta break it up. At least what I would do is, I don't know, Square Enix might do it, maybe not. What I would do is, the first part of the game, the first 2 discs, 1 game. Big 1 game. I know there's mini games and shit like that. I understand that. They got the card game series, you got the Festival of the Hunt, which is really disc 1. You put that in the first game. Or put it as downloadable content. And then the second part of the game should be the end of the game where you face Kuja and the ultimate boss. And then you put the card tournament in that second part. Unless you want to break it up into 4 games, go ahead. I think that's a little bit overkill though, but I mean, hell, if Final Fantasy 7, the new Final Fantasy 7 is broken up into basically remake, intergrade, rebirth, the final part, which we don't know the name of, which tentatively I think is going to be called Reunion. Because if you play if you play the game and got to the end with that scene, they talk about Reunion. I'm spoiling it for people, but I don't care. It talks about Reunion. So I think Final Fantasy 7 Part 3 will be called Reunion. It could be changed, I don't know. Well, we'll see what happens with that. Alright, enough about video games. Alright, let's get back to NXT. Alright, so Wes Lee makes his return to NXT after a ton of months off. And goes up to Oba, is like, me want title! Oba's like, bring it. That's it. Alright, we move on. Alright, then after that, we see Thea Hale and Fallon, don't call me, the Don Henley walk into the ring along with the boys in Chase U. So they go through the Chase U section of the entrance. So Mr. Chase, Duke Hudson, and Thea Hale's sorta boyfriend Riley Osborne, they all come out. So we get to match number 2. Thea Hale, the crazy bitch, taking on the lovely and vivacious JC Jane, who comes out with the scrumptious Jasmine Nix. Love her. Love her. Alright, match was 8 minutes long. Wasn't great. They slap each other in the face to start. They go to the floor. JC takes over. We go to break. Come right back. Thea hits a springboard neck breaker. Interesting for a near fall. JC goes for a cannonball in the corner and missed. Ow. And then we get a double down. Thea gets back up, hits a kind of sloppy-looking Michinoku driver for a near fall. Jason then kicks him to the outside. And then Fallon Henley gets in the way, shoves Thea out of the way from a kick from Jasmine Nix. You know, a lot of people saying that, oh, Duke, I think it was Mr. Chase like threw into her or something like that. I didn't see it. But anyway, so Fallon takes a bullet for Thea Hale as Jasmine Nix knocked her the fuck out. And then that distraction led Thea Hale to lock in the Kimura lock on JC Jane, and sadly JC Jane tapped out, and she got a busted nose for her troubles as well. So we saw some blood, motherfuckers! But looks like JC Jane broke her nose, because she was gushing. So we get that. So Thea wins the feud between her and JC, so the match was kind of boring. 2.25 out of 5 stars. And then after the match, Fallon Henley gets in the ring and looks like she was about to celebrate with Thea, and then she just, boom, decked her right in the fucking face. And I was like, what the fuck? Well, finally, Fallon Henley saw the light and turned heel. And we got that. Later on, we see her and Kaylani Jordan going out in the parking lot, the dreaded parking lot, and Kaylani's like, hey, what's up with that? And Fallon's like, I gotta do things on my own right now. I gotta think about me now. I don't have to think about these dweebs. So I guess Thea is now going from JC Jane to Fallon Henley, and nobody wants to be Thea Hale's friend. She can't trust anybody. Can't trust Mr. Chase. Can't really trust Riley Osborne. She's on her own island. She's like the female Rey Mysterio. I agree with Jack Foreman and on George on Wrestling Inc. That's what Thea Hale is, the female NXT, female Rey Mysterio, because she can't trust anybody like Rey Mysterio can't. Everybody's turned on Rey. Even his own sort of son. He's not even his son. That's right, he's my son! Okay, Eddie, calm down, it's late. Oh, I'm sorry, yes, I better, okay. But we know who Dominic's real dad is. It's Eddie. So, Ray can't trust his own so-called son. Sad. That's it. Alright, so we'll see what happens with Fallon, Don't Call Me Don Henley, and Thea Hale coming up in the next few weeks. And we get that. Then we get a video on the newcomers to the NXT Tag Team Division. We saw a video last week, but we never got their names. But now we got their names. They are Tyson DuPont and Tyreek Igwe. Or Igwe. Igwe. Some way. I know. Alright, so they're going to be debuting right after the break against the Good Brothers, Gallows and Anderson. Anyway, they say, we're strong and we're smart. Yeah, but you get a jobber entrance. And nobody knows who you are. We see these vignettes like, who are these people? Ah! You know? What's your name? Alright, so we see that. Alright, after that we see Natalia and Karen Petrovich warming up in the back before their first ever, well, Natalia's first ever NXT Underground match for the women with Lola Heiss. And she was Shayna Baszler. That's coming up in your main event. We'll get to that in a little bit. Alright, so after that, we go to Gallows and Anderson taking on Tyreek Igwe and Tyson DuPont, the newcomers, or the rookies. And, well, it wasn't a great debut for the newbies as they get beat in 4 minutes by Gallows and Anderson as they beat him up, hit the Magic Killer, bing, bang, boom, good night. Oh, well, that's one way to make an entrance, I guess, where you lose to the OC. I was like, you make your debut, two big, beefy guys going up against two more big beefy guys in the OC. I'm like, yeah, they're gonna win, right? Nope. It's not Javon Evans. Where was he tonight? I mean, we didn't see him. I think we saw him. Did we see him last week, I think? I wonder what he's gonna do next. I'd like to see. How about this? Trick Willie taking on Javon Evans for the world title. That would be good. Oh, we saw Javon 2 weeks ago when he fought Ilya in that open challenge and almost beat him. Oh. I mean, give me more Javon Evans, please. He is so good, and he's 19. He is great. He's great. I didn't see much of him on NXT Level Up, but from the last couple weeks that I've seen this guy, oh, he is going to be a star. I mean, he took the champ to his limit. What does that tell you? It tells you he's going to be a big, huge star in NXT for the next couple years. And then, if he gets to the main roster, I really hope they don't fuck him up. I really don't. It's like when Kiana James got drafted to Raw, same thing with Lyra, Valkyria to Raw, and then Blair Davenport goes to Raw. I hope that, Hunter doesn't fuck them up in the women's division. I mean, where do you put Kyra? Where do you put Kiana anyway? Lyra definitely is going to get into that world title picture with Becky and Liv Morgan and eventually Rhea Ripley down the line. Blair, I still don't understand why they drafted Blair. I don't get that pick at all. I was hoping to be Roxanne Perez, but they didn't do that, did they? No. I guess because they want to keep Roxanne in NXT for a little while longer, so then she has a nice little second run with the belt, and then eventually loses to I don't know who. I was thinking maybe Lola Vice, but kind of fucked that up, didn't they? With the when she won the breakout tournament contract. That was dumb. They should have done what Oba did, have Oba win the belt. Where did he win it from? Dragon Lee. That was a really ridiculous match, but still. At least Oba cashed in on pretty much a weak opponent, and then Lola just cashed in right then and there. It was during a match. She was like, "Oh, I'm cashing in now." Should have cashed in after the match. But I mean, we'll see what happens with that. We'll talk about Roxy later. All right, so the OC get the win over DuPont and Tyreek Igwe. Match was 2.25 out of 5 stars. Then we get a look at NXT stars being drafted, meaning Kiana James, Blair Davenport, Lyra Valkyria, Mello, Dijak, and Ilya. And then we see a bunch of the coaches. One of them being Robbie Brookside, that's Zaya Brookside's, I think, dad. So anyway, they talk about what it means to them, being the coaches. They trained them, got them some TV time on NXT Level Up, and then NXT. So I thought it was pretty nice to see some backstage stuff. Like, I retrain these men and women to be big stars, and when they get to the main roster, it means a lot to us. We did our job. Yeah, but half of them don't go to the main roster. They stayed in NXT for like 6 years. DIY anyone? Because they were in NXT. Gargano and Ciampa were in NXT for like 5 years. They came up to the main roster. Remember that when they called up those 6 people back in the day? They called them up to the main roster, then sent them right back down. Oh, we don't want you here right now. So why'd you bring them up? Makes no sense sometimes. What's that? That was a nice touch, though. I get that. Alright, then we see Ava Raine going to the ring. She has a big, huge announcement. Take notes, Tony Khan, because this was an announcement. So, she comes out looking great, as always. So, she talks about the Women's North American title and everything. Says, we are indeed going to have a new champion crowned, but it's not going to be a one-on-one match. We're going to do a ladder match, a 6-way ladder match for the women. Are you crazy? At Battleground. And the way we're going to do it is we're going to have 12 women, not going to be in qualifying matches. The way to compete, we're going to get 12 women, and we're going to get a 12 women combine. I'm like, what is this? And so we're going to get a 12-woman combine, and the 6 women that impress the coaches or whoever is choosing these women will fight at Battleground in this ladder match. So I'm like, can we just do standard qualifying matches here? Why are we doing the combine? I don't get it. I don't get that. So anyway, after that, I thought the ladder match itself was great. The way to get there, I thought was stupid. 12 women in a combine. And the best 6 win. So we're going like boot camp. What is this? Come on now. Anyway, so then we see Jada Parker come out and say, I'm going to be in the tournament. I'm going to be in this combine. It's like, I should be the North American champion. And then the resident surfer girl, So Ruka, comes out. She starts talking shit. And then Ariana Grace comes out. He's like, we must keep the peace. You know, all this stuff. And everyone's like, shut up! And then, next thing you know, Mia Yim comes back to NXT. And I was like, holy shit, Mia Yim! Where have you been lately? I'll tell you where she's been. Where did she come from? Oh, that's right. She came back from CCW and Adam Cole's bedroom. That's where she's been all, not now, but way back when. See, remember she started in CCW, and then I get people in East's chat like, you're wrong! Oh, I'm wrong. How am I wrong? I guess you didn't see CCW back in 2009, 2010, 11. I'm smarter than you! Like, tell me how I'm wrong. I mean, seriously, I was waiting the entire chat. How was I wrong on that? Mia Yim started in CCW. She was in Ring of Honor. But she didn't start wrestling, she didn't do much wrestling in Ring of Honor early on when she was with Prince Nana as Princess Mia. Not much wrestling in Ring of Honor. Because there wasn't really much women in Ring of Honor to begin during that time. Barely had any women. I mean, Awesome Khan came in. Yeah, you didn't have Serena Deeb per se, but you had like Daisy Hayes. You had thinking of a name. I can't think of a name. Sarah Del Rey. You didn't have many women when Mia was there. But she really made a name for herself pretty much in CCW when she was Adam Cole's girlfriend. when Adam Cole was the junior heavyweight champion for like a year or two. And then Mia Yim really, and Greg Excellent, if those of you remember that guy, they had wars, and Mia got the fucking shit beat out of her. And that TLC match in CCW between Mia and Greg Excellent, that whole war, that's some good stuff you need to watch. You think Mia Yim you think Mia Yim's hardcore? Go back to watch CCW. Her matches with Greg Excellent are just insane. She got the crap beat out of her. Then they had a TLC match which was even worse. Worse good, but not worse bad. That was just good stuff. I mean, just go on YouTube, type in Mia Yim, CCW, Adam Cole. You see all that shit. They not getting on per se, but you know. And this is young Adam Cole during his Ring of Honor days, when it was in with Kyle O'Reilly. Early Ring of Honor, when he first started in Ring of Honor with Kyle as Future Shock. Then he became like a really, the Panama City bad boy in CCW. And he had Mia Yim. The promos were just great. Like you would think they were like banging. They probably were banging in the back. You don't know that. Well, they probably were. I mean, there's a match where when Adam Cole opens the ropes for Mia Yim, and he's like this, looking at her hot ass, and he's like, I plow that. I read his lips. He says, I plow that. He probably did back in the day. I wouldn't put it past him. I mean, Mia Yim was hot back in the day. She still is hot. But now Keith Lee's banging that ass. What do you want to do? I mean, how am I wrong? I'm telling the truth. I've been watching wrestling longer than some of you people, so you marks out there like I just started watching wrestling 5 years ago, but I remember things from 1990. Like, you sure you do? I remember stuff from the Attitude Era. Sure you do. Do you remember things from the 80s? No. Then you're not a fan. I've been watching wrestling since 1981. 43 years I've been watching wrestling, and I'm 47. I don't know, some stuff I'm foggy with, but I know a lot of shit. I know a lot of shit. I mean, I've been in trivia contests and I won a lot. Anyway, I won some money. I won some free tickets. But now that I'm 47, my memory's a little bit not that great. Well, I still win a trivia contest or two, if I had wanted to, but I did a trivia contest at, remember Fun Time USA? You remember that. Some of you do, if you live in the Brooklyn area. Like, hop, skip, and jump from my house. Well, this house. But I went there, they had a contest on Z100. And I'm just like there standing. People are like answering questions from Z100. And they're the easiest fucking questions. And these little kids, my little kids, they're like, oh, I don't know. And I'm like back in the background, like, that's that guy. And then the radio host thought he was a big shot. It's like, okay, name the dream team. I'm like, are you serious? I looked at the guy, I'm like, Greg Valentine and the Honky Tonk Man. That's the second one. The original was the Bruce Barber Beefcake. So I asked him, like, which version? Because there was two of them. Greg Valentine and Bruce Beefcake, and then the second version was Honky Tonk Man and Dino Bravo. But then Greg Valentine too, in a way, but it was. So I'm like, so then the freaking radio host like, that's it. Just give him the tickets. It's done. They was like, oh, come on! I'm like, pfft. It's like, show's over, assholes. Get out. And I got tickets to an MSG house show. Good seats, not great seats, but, you know, I got seats. I got tickets. But now, if I do a contest now, there might be some stuff I may remember, may not. I mean, hell, if I can bomb on the Ring of Honor trivia, some of you have seen that on Facebook, but I don't know how I bombed that question. I think it was, one, I was nervous. Two, I had a brain fart. Because, you know, I'm old. I had a senior moment. How can I forget the last fucking event in the Hammerstein Ballroom? I knew the match. The match was Ladder War 3. But Larry Legend was like, can you be more specific? I was like, shit. It was on the tip of my tongue too, and I couldn't think of it. And I think it said Supercard. But I think it was Glory by Honor or Death Before Dishonor. And that was the last actual event in the Grand Ballroom. Not the Hammerstein, the Grand Ballroom upstairs. The one event that I didn't even go to, that I actually did go to, I couldn't remember it. And then as soon as Larry said it, I was like, fuck! I lost, and then the kid that I was in the finals with, he asked him a question, he got it right. I was like, shit. And that kid went backstage to meet one of his favorite Ring of Honor guys. I could have met the Bucks, I could have met Adam Cole, I could have met anybody, really. It's like, which superstar do you want to meet? I'm like, can I meet the entire roster? No, you gotta pick one. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, I'll pick the Bucks, why not? I'll stop stalking Adam Cole. No, I'm kidding. But didn't matter anyway, because I met the Bucks, I met Adam Cole at the meet and greet, so I was like, what's the point? I still have the original Mount Rushmore picture. I still have it. It's on my Facebook somewhere. The original, that's a great picture too. Wasn't that great because Matthew Jackson was had his eyes closed. I still have my pictures of Adam. I have a lot of pictures of Adam Cole. Good stuff. I still have the picture of me and Jay Briscoe. I miss that guy, man. I miss him. Reach for the sky, boy. That's a picture that I should frame. Was who knew that he would be gone for, the last, almost getting close to 2 years now. Well, we'll be 2 years in January, in 2025, so. But, always remember the pictures you take with wrestlers, because, they're gonna last a lifetime. I still have some of my, I don't think I have them here. I have some of my stuff from I think I have some of my old school pictures from when I went to Ring of Honor and everything. The autographs. I still have some of them. I don't know where half of them are anymore. Let's see. Well, actually, here's one. Is this one? Yeah, I have one here. Yeah, Marty Scurll. This is the second one. I think the first or second one. Yeah, remember this guy? The villain, Marty Scurll. No, it's not Make-A-Wish. I like to make a wish and make all you trolls disappear. But that's another story for another time. Do I have any more? I don't think I have any more in my area. The other ones are probably somewhere in my closet, my other closet. I have a lot. I have pictures with Shinsuke. I have pictures with Okada, Goto, Tanahashi. I have one with Shibata. Most of the pictures are on my Facebook page. My 3 Facebook pages. Jesus Christ. But yeah, but you can't see them unless you're friends with me on my Facebook pages. Too bad. Maybe I'll show them off one day. Maybe I'll show them off. But I got a lot of pictures from Ring of Honor. A lot of pictures from Ring of Honor. Good stuff. Anyway, move on. Alright, so Mia Yim comes out to the surprise and shock of the NXT universe. And then everyone's like, I want to be the champion! I want to be the champion! And then a humongous cat fight breaks out, and Ariana Grace is stuck in the middle like, stop! Like, anybody's gonna listen to you? So we get that. So at least we had, I think, all 12 women. I don't know if we had all 12, but at least we had, like, at least 6, maybe 7 people in that ring. I lost count. But we had a lot. Yeah, I think the entire women's division came out. So, next week, we got the start of this combine. And the top 6 will be in this match for the new Women's North American Championship. Who's going to win it? Depends who's in it. I would say Kaylani Jordan is going to be definitely in it. Mia Yim has to be in that ladder match. She's going to win it? Probably not. Because she knows a thing or two about ladders. Her nose does. Last time we saw Mia Yim in a ladder match was way back in TNA. A couple years ago, actually. Look at that. So, we put Mia Yim in. So Ruka definitely is going to be in that match. So that's 3. Alright, so Kaylani Jordan, Mia Yim, Sol Ruka. I throw in Jada Parker. That's 4. Maybe Fallon Henley, maybe 5. And then 6 is probably a really big toss-up. I was thinking of putting JC Jane in, maybe Thea Hale, but like, why? Thea Hale. Pfft. But I would put Lola Vice in there, but depends where Lola's gonna go from here. Is she gonna go against Roxy again and actually win this time? Or they're gonna actually put her in the combine and she wins one of the 6 slots, and then she goes on to win the title. So that title is made for her, basically. That's what I feel, but we'll see. Alright, so we got all that. Alright, so I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. Then we go to the men's locker room. We have the superhero duo, or as we call them, the Power Rangers, Axiom and Ben Frazier. They're getting ready to defend their tag team belts against the Awesome Pain, Akam and Razor. And then the Street Profits come in, Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford. Nice suits, by the way. They can get them only at the Men's Warehouse. You want to look good like the Street Profits? Well, some of you can and some of you won't. But when you do go to the Men's Warehouse, pick out a good suit and tie and some pants. Get a good, nice set. Then try it on. And maybe, just maybe, you might like the way you look. They can almost guarantee it. Maybe me. But when I go, they know they can guarantee it when I go. I get the discount. Because that's my sponsor. Among others. But the Men's Warehouse. Gotta love going there, my friends. Gotta love it. Good shit. Good shit. A little bit expensive. But for me, discount. That's it. Alright, so they come in, they wish Axiom and Ben Frazier luck. And it's like, oh, remember one more thing. Never slow down. Oh, yeah, it's great! I didn't get that last part, but okay, we move on. Alright, then we see Lola Vice. Oh, yes, caliente. Oh, she looked good. And she's with Shayna Baszler. They're training. They're talking about kicks. And Lola's like, I got the fastest legs in NXT. The fastest kicks in NXT. She's in her element. She was a former MMA star. Valerie Loretta. You know, that's her real name. So, she's in her wheelhouse. Though I would have put this match in the fight pit. We haven't seen the fight pit on NXT in a couple years. We haven't seen the actual fight pit in WWE since I think it was the Survivor Series with Matt Riddle and Seth Rollins. No, was that Survivor Series or was that Extreme Rules? It was the same. There was Extreme Rules because it was the same show that Bray Wyatt came back. That was Extreme Rules. I think 2022, or 21 or 22. It was 22. Look at that. This weird smell. I don't know what it is. Not me, because I showered, but I don't know. I'll find it. I'll find it later. I don't think it's anything burning or anything. Because Rose is not cooking anything. Of course I know. No, she's not. Not cooking in it, are you? She's cooking biscuit, baby! She's baking! Shut up! Alright, so we see that. Alright, then we go to our next match. Shawn Spears, the perfect 10, the chairman of the board, takes on Ridge Holland. And it's a match, 7.5 minute match. And Ridge Holland gets the win after a lifting DDT, which looked like and was Paige's old. Well, I don't know if she uses it that much anymore, but it's the Rampage. So Ridge Holland used that and finished off Shawn Spears in 7.5 minutes. Match was 2.25 out of 5 stars, and that's pretty much it. Didn't really care that much for the match. And it looks like Shawn Spears is just putting over talent. Also, we saw the mysterious QR code pop up a couple times tonight, and leads to another video. I forgot what the QR code led to. I know it's another video, but I forgot the video. I think it's like, something like open the, not the one from Raw, which said, it was like open the door. I think it was like know who you are. Something like that. But anyway, we got that, so Uncle Howdy is on the horizon. When? I don't know. We got that. Alright, then we go to Ava Raines, outside Ava Raines' office, where she's there, and then Roxy, the NXT Women's Champion, is there. She starts yelling at Ava about not getting drafted, and Ava's like, you do know that all champions are protected, so you were protected. And then Roxy's like, I don't want to hear it. And then Ava's about to go in her office, like, well, I was just about to tell you who you're going to defend the NXT NXT Women's Championship against next week. And Roxy's like, I don't care. I'm out of here. And then we see Ava, like, talking to somebody that was in the office. It's like, she don't want to talk right now. Well, we will see that later. Look at that. 2.25 out of 5 stars for that. Then we go to Josh Briggs, talking to Ivar, starts mocking him for losing to Oba earlier on. And then Wes Lee comes in and says that he's coming for the belt. Briggs is like, nope, you gotta get through me first. So next week, Wes Lee's first match in a long time against Josh Briggs. We'll see how that goes. And then we see like Thea Hale and company coming in. They were acting weird. So we got that. Let me move on. Alright. Then we see the Final Testament talking. Precious Paul Ellering was talking about some stuff with the AOP. And then we see Killer Cross like promising violence. And then he turns around. We see Scarlett. He grabs her and she wraps her legs around him. My good German lord. Damn. Should have been me. Can't win. Alright, so we got that. And then we go to a video with my cousin, Tony D'Angelo. He's in the car with Channing Lorenzo Stacks. I think he was at the wheel. And in the back is Adriana Rizzo and the resident lawyer, the consigliere, Luca Crucifino, who doesn't answer your emails, by the way. Not that I emailed him, but he's a lawyer, and you can actually ask him for legal advice. But he doesn't get back to you? Like, what the fuck? Some lawyer you are. That's not nice to not answer to your fans when they need legal advice. Come on now. Okay, I don't need you. I'm gonna call Jacoby and Myers. Oh, 1-800-GET-LAW or something like that. 1-800-888-8888. One of those lawyers. I guess Luca doesn't want to answer your calls because he lives on the second floor, so maybe he doesn't get internet. I don't know. But anyway, they're talking in the car, and Tony wants the Heritage Cup, and it's all going to be a group effort to get it. Does he really need that thing? I mean, if it elevates him a little bit, that's fine. Yeah, he should be world champion, or North American champion. Maybe after he wins the Heritage Cup, that'll probably be the next on his list to get the North American title. Because he already won the tag title. So, technically, he'll be a double champion if he wins the Heritage Cup. So, he'll be he'll be halfway there, becoming a Grand Slam champion in NXT. What are you gonna do? Alright, we got that. Alright, then we go to this tag title match between the Ultics of Pain and the Power Rangers, Axiom, or A-Kid, and Ben Frazier. We got all Final Testament at ringside, Killer Cross, Scarlett, and Precious Paul Ellering. It's a pretty decent match, but we get near the end, and a lot of craziness happens near the end. And Scarlett grabs A-Kid's foot after AOP go for the last chapter, gets broken up, and then A-Kid gets taken up top. Scarlett grabs A-Kid's foot because he was trying to do a move to get A-Kid off the top rope. And then the referee sees it. You see Scarlett, and then Killer Cross gets on the apron, and Paul Ellering is just standing on the outside, and the ref's like, you, and you, out! So he kicks all three of them out, and then out of nowhere, off that distraction, he's trying to get those three out. British Strong Style come out. Tyler Bate and the Bruiserweight Pete Dunne come out. They cause a distraction and beat the crap out of Akam, and then Frazier adds a super kick into a fruit roll up. 1, 2, 3 in 9.5 minutes, and a good match, 3.25 out of 5 stars. The Power Rangers retain the titles in I believe their first defense. So you get that. I was thinking the AOP will win. Obviously not. We get all that, and it is what it is. They beat former 2-time NXT Tag Team Champions, the Ultics of Pain. So we got that. We move on. Alright, then we go to more segments. We start off with Ridge Holland checking in on Thea Hale. Why? And then he's talking to Mr. Chase, and like some type of deal was made with him and Mr. Chase. Like, all I want is a chance, or some shit like that. I'm like, what is this? I didn't get that at all. And Thea's all, still pissy that Fallon Henley betrayed her. Let it go. Let it go, let it go. The hell drinks. Have some more weed, okay? You creepy, crazy bitch. Like, get over it. You know, somebody call Cher. Snap out of it. That's what Thea Hale needs to do. She needs to get slapped in the face and told to snap out of it. Stop being such a bitch. Like a little crybaby bitch. Bottom line, that's it. Speaking of Fallon Henley, we see here, like I mentioned before, with Kaylani Jordan in the parking lot. Basically she says, I'm going to start putting myself first. And Kaylani's like, what? Look at that. Before that, Metaphor comes out. We see Noam Dar, Ora Menza, and the lovely ladies of Last Legend and Shakara Jackson. And Metaphor invites Trick Williams onto Noam Dar's hit show, Supernova Sessions. And next week, we're going to get the contents of that envelope being revealed. I think it might be a contract for a title shot at Battleground between Noam Dar or Menza against Trick. I still think it might be a sonogram. It could be 1,000 fucking things. I mean, we do see freaking... We see like a return address and we see some stuff on it. So like, it had to be from a sonogram place. It was from a doctor. It was from Dr. Shelby. No. But we got all that. So next week, we're going to have the contents of that envelope revealed. Place your bets now. And we got that. Alright, then we go to, I don't know what this was. Idris Enofe and Malik Blade, you know, the Job Squad. They're worried about breaking a mirror last week. I don't even recall that, but they broke a mirror. And then one of them was like, oh, it was a plastic mirror. Oh, that makes it more better, right? But he still got bad luck. And then the resident cheerleader, Brinley Reese, comes in and says, I got a solution to this problem. And she brings in not one, but 2 black cats. Oh! That's even more bad luck. And I was like, okay, this segment needs EO. I was waiting for EO to just come out like, I like cats. Remember that segment with when Taya Valkyrie was in NXT? You know, what was her name? Fred, what was her name in NXT? Freddie? Something like that. I forgot. It was like Freddie... Bleh. Francois. I don't know what it was. But anyway, Taya Valkyrie, I think was doing it was a segment or a contract signing with EO. And she brought her dog, and then EO brought her cat. It's like, she goes, I like cats! It was right before EO was, I think, leaving. Or was about to leave. Was basically, she did all she could in NXT. And then her contract was coming up. And thankfully, Hunter brought her back, because she was about to go back to Japan. And just kill it in Japan again. But Hunter brought her back to be in Damage Control with Bailey, with Bailey and Dakota. Oh, actually, Bailey brought EO and Dakota Kai back, thanks to Hunter. Well, thank you, Hunter. There you go. So, that segment was just weird, and I gave it 2 out of 5 stars. I don't know what it was. I was like, what is this? Next week, we got alligators. Bringing back the 80s. Remember that shit? When you had snakes. You had Jake the Snake Roberts with Damien. You had the British Bulldogs with Matilda. You had freaking Coco Beware with Frankie doing the bird. I mean, next thing we know, we could have saw an alligator. I mean, we did have Outback Jack in the early days, you know, back in the the mid-80s. I mean, yeah, we had basically Outback Jack. We had Skinner, which was Dan Spivey, who was like the Crocodile Hunter, per se. Outback Jack was like Outback Jack. Tiny kangaroo down sport. Outback Jack and Skinner could have been a great tag team. The Crocodile Hunters. residing in Perth, Australia, mate. They come out and we see like various segments of them at a zoo or something like that. Crikey, he bit me! That would have been hilarious. And then they come out with an actual live gator to the ring, and the gator bites somebody. I mean, Damien, if a cobra bit Macho Man Randy Savage, you can have a freaking live gator, like, chop off somebody's foot or something like that. Or go after somebody. It was like, what the fuck? Hell, if it worked in roller games, it could work in WWF at the time. That was the shit back in the day. Roller games was the shit. Fucking roller derby. Like, in the 80s version of roller derby. And then they had points if you go into a different, you go up and you go up a level. There's like 6 points, 3 points, 1 point, something like that. Most points wins, of course. And then if it ended in a tie, they bring out the gators, and the only way to win the whole fucking game is to knock your opponent into the alligator pit to basically get killed. That was hilarious. That was always on Saturday. I think it was on Saturday mornings. I think it was like, I don't remember what time it was, or what came before. I think what came after that was Glow, the original Glow, not the TV, not the Netflix show, which I don't know. I sadly ended in 2 seasons. Should have had a 3rd season, but I think I don't know why that it didn't get a 3rd season. I think it was because of Awesome Kong's something with Awesome Kong. Her character, I think. Well, not her character, but I think she got hurt, so they couldn't do more of the show. Or I don't know what it was, or maybe just Netflix. It wasn't getting a lot of good views on Netflix. I don't know. I missed that show though. It was pretty good. It had a lot of sex. Holy shit. And they showed a lot too. When they show banging, and then the guy was banging the chick, and he gets up, and you see him not even. Well, I'm not gonna go there, but it was just like everybody just showed the boobs and just like it felt like you're watching porn on Netflix. All the sex they had was just crazy. Damn, man. I'm watching CNN, and they were talking about the protest in Columbia University tonight. With those fucking morons protesting for Palestine. I mean, I feel sorry for all the Jewish people, there that had to deal with that. I feel bad for the students that are involved, and all these people are taking over the fucking campus and all the buildings. They're doing it in UCLA now. All because of the freaking Israeli war. The Hamas versus Gaza stuff, Palestine. It's just crazy. A whole fucking campus is just taken over by all these people. Just protesting about Palestine and Hamas and Gaza and Israel. It's ridiculous. And they're supposed to be peaceful protests. Yeah, right. You're interrupting. I mean, these idiots are interrupting. It's about to be It's May 1st right now. In a couple of weeks, a lot of people are going to be graduating from college, and they can't do it because they got all these people on the lawn, on the various parts of the freaking campus, going fucking berserk. I mean, tonight in New York City, the fucking New York City cops, great people that they are, finally did something right, and they stormed the campus and arrested like over 100 of these idiots. So they got arrested. All of them are probably going to get expelled, or at least fined. They're going to let them go anyway. So they're going to probably do protests in the city. So it's just going to be more of the same bullshit when they get out. When they get out of jail, more of the same. This thing is never going to end. And now cops are going to be employed at Columbia University up until May 17th. Because graduation ceremonies are May 15th there. This country is fucked. It's been fucked for 4 years. Really, even more than 4. A lot of people will say with this Trump, when Trump was president, 2016 up to 2020. But it wasn't this bad. When Trump was in office, it wasn't this bad. Ever since that schmuck, that fucking lazy piece of crap, Mr. Joe, I got dementia Biden. And his fucking, I don't do shit at all, vice president, that bitch cunt, fucking Kamala Harris. What does she do? What does she really do? I think she just sits on her ass in the White House and collects a paycheck. I'm the vice president. I'm not gonna do much. I'll just sit on my ass at the, in the House of Representatives on Capitol Hill when the president does his State of the Union address. I'm like, oh, it's great. That's great, Mr. President. Yeah, it's great. And then you had the Speaker of the House like, what the fuck, man? That guy's an idiot, too. All of Congress are idiots. I mean, they can't pass an internet bill. They can't do shit. And today was the last day for all those people that were on the program. I'm not on the program. I get my own internet for a good price. Hey, $50 is not bad for paying for the internet. I mean, a lot of people pay $200 just for the internet alone. I'm not lying about that. Because, they get it, well, if they pay with a bundle, yeah, that's $200 plus. But I get my internet for 50 fucking bucks. So I have good speed. I have a couple perks with my internet company. I would be paying like $70, almost $80. But I get discounts for being a loyal customer. That is what it is. Pays to get the perks, you know what I mean? Rich Man's Dish, I don't pay that much either because I got a 2-year locked price. So I don't pay much for my cable and internet. Even if it goes up a little bit. But pretty much the only thing that really goes up is my internet. Like every year goes up like $5. The same thing with the cable. $5 every year goes up a little bit, but with my I did ask my cable company, said, is it gonna go up? During the 2 years? They said no. I don't believe that shit. But if I'm locked in at if you're locked in at a price, say like you're paying like, let's just say you're paying like $85 for cable or satellite, and you're in a 2-year price lock, you should be paying $85 for 2 years until it runs out. Not $90. Or you're in a plan and it goes up to $90. I'm like, wait a minute, I thought I'm in a price lock here. When did it unlock here? What am I paying $5 extra for? That makes no sense to me. But, I mean, if you're paying like $85 for internet, that's with fees and everything, $85, and then it'll go up to $90 in a year. So every year it goes up $5 fucking bucks, and it shouldn't. It should be at a locked price for the amount of time you get it for. Like a year, 2 years, 3 years. You can't win with the internet. You can't win with cable. You can't win with any bills. they all go up. Because the price of internet goes up. You know, new technology's coming out. It's like Windows 11's coming out, is out now, and Windows 10 is pretty much going to be extinct by next year. Well, at least the security updates and everything, that's going to be extinct by middle of October next year. So, you can still use Windows 10, but you run the risk of freaking getting a whole ton of viruses. So, a lot of people are going to be now thinking about getting new laptops and new desktops with Windows 11. So, I already thinking about getting a new desktop, or at least maybe a laptop at first, then maybe transitioning to a desktop later. And with Windows 11, so you know I gotta put down a down payment pretty soon for a new laptop. Because the old one I have is Windows 8, which is extinct. So I'm probably gonna get rid of my old laptop I used to have. And then maybe get a refurbished Windows 11 computer off Amazon or maybe eBay. Well, not so much eBay, probably Amazon. See how much those cost. Maybe I'll get a Chromebook. Maybe I'll get a Mac. You know, if I get like a Dell, you know, Dell sucks as it is. Dell is the worst brand for computers. For laptops. Desktops, I'm not that sure, but I've had Dell. I had a Dell computer. My first computer was a Dell. That gave me a lot of problems with getting, you know, I had to get batteries, and then the AC battery would just go because it didn't charge at all, and it cost me money to get the batteries off eBay, or if I had to buy them off the Dell website. And then you can add in a freaking warranty on it, which costs you a lot of money too, which I'm not gonna do. I'm just gonna get it without the warranty. Because if it fails, I can just go to the tech. Hopefully he can fix it for me. If not, I have to buy a new laptop, or just, you know, figure out what I'm gonna do. And just run off the phone. I mean, this is what I'm recording on now is a burner phone. It was my old phone. It's a backup phone, but the other phone I have, my actual phone, is over there. So I record on this phone, and I use my actual phone for work. So, and all this stuff. But yeah, think about getting some new technology in the next year or two, especially new laptops and new computers. Because Windows 10 is going to be pretty much extinct, and then Windows 11's out right now. It's going to be 11.1, 11.2. Going to be that's going to be going up, and then pretty much I would say in the next couple of years, we're probably going to get Windows 12. By the time we're all dead, it'd be like Windows 30. I don't know. But we get all that. Alright, moving on. Alright, that's that. I'm gonna finish this up right now because it's late and I'm tired. I have the day off tomorrow, so I could care less. I do got some errands to run. I do got a doctor appointment later in the day, so I gotta do that. Alright, so after we see, the Job Squad plus the resident cheerleader, Brinley Reese, come in with black cats to give him more bad luck. That was a horrible segment. Then we get what's coming up next week. We got Josh Briggs and Wes Lee. We got a NXT Women's Title match. I'll get to that in a second. And much more next week on the program. The May 7th edition of... and also we got the Combine for the Women's North American title qualifying matches, whatever it's going to be. We got that on the May 7th edition of NXT as we're going to Battleground. And we got that. Then we go to your main event of the evening, the first ever Women's NXT Underground match. So you take down the ropes. Ring is surrounded by wrestlers, those just random people from the Performance Center. And the only way to win is by knockout, technical knockout, and submission. So we had Natalya taking on Lola Vice. We had Carmen Petrovic and Shayna Baszler in the corners. This was great. Back and forth they went. Natalya started off with a knee bar. Lola got out of it with some kicks. Then the sexy hip attack sends Natalya to the outside and onto like six guys. Lucky them, huh? We go to break. We come back. More of the same. Lola grabs a triangle choke with some elbows, like weak elbows to the head. It wasn't really. It's like. Natalya slipped her way out of that, but she can't power out of a guillotine, so she drops to the floor to break the hold. Smart. Then she locks in a figure four leg lock around the ring post called the Heartbreaker. Lola's in trouble. She looks like she's about to tap, but then Shayna Baszler comes around and starts talking smack to Natalya, and then Carmen Petrovic jumps on her back and kind of pushes her into the ring post to break the hold. It was kind of weird. So back in the ring, Shayna breaks up a sharpshooter attempt, and that didn't work. So Natalya puts it on a second time, and then Shayna Baszler got knocked down. Somehow locks in the Kirifita clutch on Carmen Petrovic. I thought it was just some random chick, but it was Carmen Petrovic. So Natalya's looking on, and she's like, "I'm choking your bitch out." So Natalya breaks the hold and goes over to yell at Shayna. Well, that was a stupid move because Lola got up and hit one sick fucking back fist to make Eddie Kingston happy. Woo! That was like BAM! Knocked her the fuck out. And then Lola was continuing to beat down on Natalya, and the referee is like, "That's it." Almost 12-minute match. Match was great. They gave it 3.5 out of 5 stars. So, I mean, I was scared. I thought like Lola would lose her own match, which is a basic MMA style match, and she would lose that. I got nervous, but thankfully Lola got the win, and match I gave 3.5 out of 5 stars for that. And then she celebrates with Shayna, even though Shayna kind of gave her a weird look. I was like, might maybe some chicanery after, but we didn't get that. Alright, then we go to the after segment of the night to finish the show. We see Ava Raine in her office. Roxanne Perez, Roxy, comes in and still yelling about, why do I have to defend the women's title next week? And she's like, well, who am I gonna freaking defend it against? And Ava Raine, I'm like, what are you thinking at WWE? Next week, Roxy has to defend the NXT Women's Championship against Chelsea Green! And Roxy's like, the fuck? So she leaves in a huff. And then Chelsea's like, oh, I'm gonna like it here. But you on SmackDown! With Piper. Where are you going? I'm gonna like it here. I don't get that whole thing. That final segment could have just been a fucking email. Why Chelsea Green? Why? You know Roxy's gonna beat the fuck out of her next week. What was the point? What is the point of this match? I know it makes Roxy look strong, and it keeps her, as the champ. God forbid they give Chelsea Green the NXT Women's Championship. But I mean, like seriously, why? You got no other woman on the fucking NXT roster that can face Roxy next week? Why don't you just give Jasmine Nix a shot? Give Kaylani Jordan a shot. Hell, give Maddie Winkowski a shot. I mean, she'll lose, but give somebody a fucking shot. Then Chelsea fucking Green? Ugh! that just pissed me the fuck off and dropped my rating for that segment alone. So I had NXT at a 7.5, but I scaled it down because that stupid segment, 6.5 out of 10 stars. So fuck NXT, fuck Chelsea Green. I mean, why? I still am not. I'm trying to formulate why NXT would do that. Why would you have on your program next week Chelsea Green against Roxy for the NXT Women's Championship? What has Chelsea Green done to deserve that? Oh, but other people get title shots they don't deserve. Yeah, but it's Chelsea Green. Chelsea fucking Green. If it was Piper, I'm gonna, okay, this is might be a little bit interesting. But it's fucking Chelsea boring as fuck Green, basically jobber. Oh, she was tag team champions. Big deal. Big deal. She was tag team champions with Sonya Deville. Big whoop. And then Sonya got hurt. She's supposed to be coming back soon. And then Chelsea's like, I need a partner. And then Dewdrop, Piper never comes in. You know? They stayed the champs and then lost it. I think to the Kabuki Warriors. I forget who, but I lost count. And then there's still a tag team. And basically, every time you see them in a tag match, guess who gets the pin? Oh, gets the pin to lose. Chelsea Green. When was the last time Piper took a loss for the team? Why is she even there? She's boring. She's like the resident Karen. She's been yelling at freaking Adam Pearce for months. Now they bring her on SmackDown and Adam Pearce's like, yay, get out of here! Nick Aldis, that's your problem now. So probably see that on Friday night SmackDown. But now she's in NXT. She's gonna have a title match next week. I'm like, how much ass did you kiss there, Chelsea Green? How much of Ava Rain's hot ass did you kiss to get that? Or did you have to really yell and complain and bitch and complain to HBK? And HBK's like, alright! I mean, if Ava Rain was smart, and she is, she's smart, she's sexy, she would give it to somebody else besides Chelsea fucking Green. Like, give it to Kaylani Jordan, give it to freaking Jada Parker. God forbid, give it to Thea Hale. Give it to somebody other than that. That pissed me off. And I'm going to be glad when Roxy beats her in 5 minutes max. If this goes longer than 5, I'm like, why? Why are you going to have a 7-10 minute match and you can't beat Chelsea Green in that amount of time? Come on. It's like you can't beat Wheeler Yuta in 5 minutes. Like, if you go longer with Wheeler Yuta and you can't beat him in at least 5 minutes, then there's something wrong with you. You should just fucking retire. And no, I did not pick my nose. I had an itch. Wish I would have shaved. But it is what it is. Alright, I'm out of here, guys. Thanks for watching. 6.5 out of 10 stars for NXT earlier tonight. That final segment was just pissed me the fuck off. That's it. We'll see what happens next week, and that's all. That's it. Alright, guys, I'm out of here. Thanks for watching. I'll be back tomorrow. Well, later tomorrow with your Dynamite review. Dynamite should be pretty good from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. The return of Kenny by God Omega. Probably do something with the Elite, the Bucks, Okada, and now Jack Perry. We're going to see the aftermath of what happened with Tony Khan. We got that. We got Brian Cage against Claudio in a big beefy man slapping meat match. Probably we're gonna see who Swerve will be facing at the next at Double or Nothing. I almost forgot the name of the pay-per-view. We got that, more with Rowdy and Will Ocean Spray. We'll see what happens with that. And a whole lot more. Maybe more with Mercedes Moné and Will Nightingale for the TBS Championship. More with Thunder Rosa and Deonna Purrazzo. Tony Storm involved in that situation as well. Maybe see Maria May, maybe Mina. See, a lot of good stuff tomorrow from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, on AEW Dynamite, and also Rampage after that. So live Rampage tomorrow after Dynamite. So 3 hours of AEW wrestling tomorrow. That should be good, because there'll be no Dynamite on Friday because of the NHL and the NBA playoffs. And Collision should be on. It will be on at its regular time. Let me check that actually before I get out of here. Let me go to my settings. Let me go to schedule. All right, so no Rampage on Friday. I do gotta put. I'll do that tomorrow. I don't know why that happened. And Collision is not even on. Actually, what I do gotta do is I go back to my timers on my DVR. I don't know why. Sometimes my timers don't pick up the changes. So let's see here. Okay, Collision. Go to schedule. Oh, Collision not on this week, from what I see on my DVR. So I think because of the NBA playoffs and the NHL playoffs, Collision will not be on this week. And Rampage will be on Wednesday night after. Oops, that's not what I want. Okay. All right, let's see here. I don't know. Maybe it's not. Oh, maybe the timer hasn't come up on it. I don't know. I don't know. All right, so but Rampage will be live 10 o'clock tomorrow night. As far as Collision, it might not be on this weekend. If not, then it'll be on probably the week after that. Because I think the team on TNT, they're gonna have the playoffs all the way through the rest of May. So Rampage and Collision will be preempted for pretty much the entire month of May up until the NBA Finals. And I think the NHL Finals as well. So that sucks. But Dynamite won't be affected at all, as far as I know. But we got all that. So yeah, tomorrow night, 3 hours of AEW wrestling, and that's it. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. Until next time, get some sleep if you're in the East Coast. Well, good morning to you if you're up at this time. But I'm going to bed because I'm off tomorrow. Because I can stay up till 7 o'clock in the morning if I wanted to, but I'm not. Because I want to go to bed. And the missus probably going to kick my ass and put it a little bit. Because, I'm pre-recording this, so it is what it is. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Until next time, if you're not down with that, well, fuck you, man. That's it. Get some sleep, motherfuckers. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. But until then, peace!